All right, Aries, what's going on for you? I hope everything's doing great. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So let's check you out. This is for Lionsgate this week on Lionsgate. I'm going to be doing an astrology session about the progressed moon and how to look at that in your own chart and the chart of another person and assess where they are in terms of what they want for a romantic life. Also, it's very useful for timing events as it relates to love. So if you want to jump onto that, if you're not part of my understanding your birth chart, there's a link below. Jump on board. All right, I just saw the jealousy card and I see fire here. So you are a fire sign, Aries. There's Sagittarius. Focus. Woo. Nature spirits. Ooh, that's beautiful. And safe travel. Okay. So focused fire. Okay. So this feels to me like you've got some kind of opportunity here with a person who is very down to earth, very spiritual. This person could be a Sag, could be somebody who, because safe travel too. Local travel is also Gemini. So Sag, Gemini energy with you, Aries. Very, very complex energy and very powerful energy. But I am feeling that there is some kind of water and earth between you. Like there's a possibility of making something real and tangible other than something that's just sort of like a vacation. This is more about travel could usher in a new cycle of something that has roots. Okay. This can also be a connection that has a lot of past life connection to it. So let's see where we're going in terms of Lionsgate. The Virgo energy of Hermit, Nine of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Wow. The Sun, there's Leo energy, Leo, Virgo, Aries, Sag, and Queen of Swords. I'm going to take this and this. Okay. There you are, Aries. Can't help myself. Okay. So, this says to me that there's maybe a little bit of a difference of opinion in terms of what you're offering each other. One of you could be more about a physical relationship, very flirty, very physical with this Ace of Pentacles. But there's also this feeling of like making it real. So like passion, grounded passion, or passion that's taking root. This could be a lighthearted connection that you have that is now going to take root. So much so that you might travel together, or you might spend some time in nature together. All right, let's see what wants to come through here. Again, more roots. Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles, the Magician, the Six of Cups, the Empress energy there. That's Taurus and Libra. They got Gemini there. The Two of Pentacles. I'll walk you through this. Don't worry. There's Aquarian energy about rebellion and change. Five of Wands. Yeah. Okay. Aquarius and Capricorn here at the end. That makes me feel like there's some kind of, at first, there's this feeling of we're going in the same direction. There's this lighthearted energy about being physical together and all of that. But when the rubber hits the road, I get the feeling this is about tradition and this is about the future. So it brings to mind the fact that Pluto is transiting in Capricorn right now, and it's going to ingress into Aquarius in October. All right. So I know that is, it's like 2 months away from Lionsgate here, but in the Lionsgate period, since we have also Leo energy here, this feels really fiery and passionate and joyful. This is part of the building of the foundation. Okay. Some of you could be building a project together. This is Mercury energy, Gemini energy, lots of communication about something tangible, about building a business together, you could feel right now, Aries, that you're like ready to take some kind of bold step into the future, very Aries energy. And this person's like, okay, let's talk it through. Let's game it out. Let's workshop it out. Let's whiteboard it out. Let's do something like that. And then there's the loving side. Then there's this is not necessarily about physical and intimacy, fire, passion, sex, all that. This is much more about you each are healing each other's inner child. The loving, nurturing energy that you have for each other is going to be very attractive. Okay. So there's this Two of Pentacles about going back and forth between what's traditional, the traditional trajectory of a relationship, and the future, right? What are we going to create that is different? And there's Five of Wands here. I feel like there's conflict. There's conflict between making something grounded and making something spiritual together. I want to have something spiritual with you. That's where the sex and the creativity and all this other stuff comes in. And the other person, although I don't really feel like it's you against them, I feel like you guys could be, each one of you could have a different expression and of what's tangible, what's traditional versus what is futuristic. And a lot of what is being asked of you here is, instead of either or, how about both and? Okay. So Magician, it's like I'm manifesting something that has a traditional element to it, but is a future version of it. So if we're talking about some kind of business you're building together, and I feel like that's just one facet of this, but it has some kind of really, the reason it's going to survive is that it's not just anchored in the past. It's going to be about, what do people need in the future, or where are we going with this idea in the future? There's going to be a lot of that kind of thinking around this. I like that there's a conflict between traditional versus future focused. And I like that the Magician is here with Mercury saying, not either or, it's sort of like, but, and, like it's both of these things. It's going to be both of these things. We do have Mercury in retrograde right now, and it's in Virgo. It's going to be going back into Leo. So the practicality of Virgo and the creative expression of Leo, when Mercury's in retrograde, it's kind of like the conversation between these two signs needs to really be expressed carefully. There can be too much talking, too much communication, too much. And with Sag energy and Leo energy and Aries energy, it's almost like, Aries, you could really overwhelm this person with so much, so, like super extra about ideas. Okay. And you're the Queen of Swords here. I feel like they're the Knight of Wands. They're somebody who is less evolved in terms of this both and kind of situation versus the either or. The black and white thinking is very strong in someone who's like traditional, but the going forward into something that is more Aquarian, more future focused, there's a both and kind of experience here. And Aquarius is not very sentimental. So that might be a thing, that it's not very sentimental. Whoever's not sentimental might be getting an earful. The one thing I notice here that makes me feel like there's something in the way of us moving to the future, and it can be about children. So I am seeing this kind of like, see that Leo energy, and then she's offering the Ace of Pentacles. It's almost like this part here with the Six of Cups and then the Empress and then the Two of Pentacles. So there's some kind of decision needing to be made about home. So some of you could be traveling and have kind of a relationship that is built around some kind of not false narrative or anything like that. But if you meet somebody while you're on vacation, it's very different than meeting them at work or even in your regular town, or in some kind of situation where you live, and like it's a day-to-day kind of experience. This almost feels like it's pulled out of the day-to-day and it's in some kind of like fantasy. So vacation is like a fantasy, right? We don't have our regular schedules. We're not really dealing with the same kind of stuff we do every day when we're on our regular life. When we're dealing with vacation, we're sort of like, what do I want to do today? Sit by the pool or hike around town? What do I want to do today? Do I want to ski or do I want to sit in the lodge? That's a lot different than how you spend your life. Okay. So I am getting the sense that there might be a little bit of a fantasy element to this relationship, because you're pulled out of, when you're spending time with them, you're kind of pulled out of your regular day-to-day existence. Now, if that's true, then there can be that fantasy element to it. There can also be a fantasy element to how we spend our days. Can we make something more special, more magical? Can we do things a little bit differently in this relationship, right? Both and. I want to have my traditional every kind of day experience, but I also want to be going toward the future, both and. I don't want to just like completely purge everything that I've done with my life and make my whole life completely different. I don't want to just uproot myself and be in such a brand new place that I don't even recognize who I am. But at the same time, I don't want to just have it be the same as it's always been. So there's definitely something here that is making you choose or trying to push you to choose. But in reality, when you start asking, why can't I have some of that fantastical, magical vacation energy injected into my regular life? Why does it have to be so black and white? Why does it have to be, I go on vacation and it's like we're two different people, right? We don't have the children to deal with. We don't have the bills to deal with. We don't have anything like that. So there's a complete devoid of real life. But then we get back from vacation and then it's all of a sudden, it's all this real life stuff. It's adulting on steroids. And that is super completely divergent energy. This is a lot about bringing some of the magical of vacation into regular life and bringing some of the practicality, the down to earth nature of vacation or of regular life, and have that be part of our vacation. So we're going to go somewhere where we might want to live. We're going to go somewhere and spend time in a regular house instead of a hotel. Maybe we're going to do an Airbnb. Maybe we're going to do something that we're going to rent a place longer term, see if we like to live there. Okay. So there's something here about both and that you don't it doesn't have to be such a complete departure from the fun of vacation to the drudgery of regular life. Like let's balance that out a little bit. Let's have a little bit of both and. I feel like this is a connection that is going to be working on that. That is going to be, because I see divine feminine here. I see this kind of like one of you is really upset about there being no fantasy and one's really upset about there being no reality. Okay, so let's see in terms of going forward, both and. Honor your agreement, mission in motion. Heal abandonment, time to forgive. Open your heart, set loving boundaries. And karmic relationship, releasing the past. There's an element of the past here. All right. Some of you could have had this, are getting back together you might have been together a long, long time ago. And you're getting back together. Some of you are healing from karmic relationships, and now you're saying, hey, I want to do something different in this connection than what happened in my past relationship. So I want to hash all this out. And the other person's like, oh, can't we just enjoy our vacation? Why does it have to be constructive all the time? There's definitely a feeling here of bringing this together. Why? Why does this need to be brought together? I know. Okay. So like, this just feels like this is what you've been manifesting into your life. This is why it has to be brought together. This is what you're wanting. This is what you're wanting in life. And it's like, I'm going to be determined to create it so that it doesn't fall apart in the future. 3 of Cups, 6 of Swords, King of Pentacles. Oh yeah. And the Death card. So this is going to be a transformative kind of experience for both of you. I feel like there is something here of the Capricorn and Aquarian energy, which is very interesting because Pluto is transiting through Capricorn and going back into Aquarius later this year, October. But there's something about right about now, right about this time period of Leo Lionsgate, where it's a flashpoint. It's a romantic flashpoint. And it's like, okay, let's not waste this joy. Let's make this last. All right, let's continue on. Let's change what we have been doing. Let's make this last. Okay, cool. All right, if you want to continue on, if this is your story, there's a link below, and I will see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.